Okay, I have to tell you both about the worst 12 seconds of my entire week.
12 seconds? That's oddly specific.
I counted them later, in my head, while I was still recovering.
This sounds serious. Tell me everything.
I was in line at a coffee shop, and the barista asked me a totally normal question.
Which was?
Room for cream?
That's it? 4 words?
4 words, John, and my brain just left the building.
Went on vacation? Without you.
Completely. I understood every single word, and somehow my mouth said, yes, please, thank you, sorry.
All 4 at once?
To a question that wasn't even a yes or no question.
I mean, technically it kind of was.
Don't defend the barista, John. I need support.
Sorry, continue.
She gave me this very patient look and said, so, room for cream or no?
Round 2.
And somehow that was worse, because now I'd already proven I couldn't handle round 1.
This is very relatable, honestly.
Is it? In that moment, it felt like my English had simply evaporated.
But here's the thing. Your English didn't evaporate. Your mindset did.
Explain that to 12 seconds ago me.
Your brain wasn't confused about grammar. It panicked about being watched.
That's exactly it. Like a tiny spotlight turned on, and everyone in line became a judge.
And that's the real problem for so many learners. It's never really the words.
It's the fear of getting them wrong in front of somebody.
So after my coffee incident, I started doing something small before I even leave the house.
Tell them.
I call it the Rehearsal Minute. 60 seconds where I quietly picture the small conversations coming my way and I say the responses out loud. Once, calmly, before real life asks me first.
And that little rehearsal changes everything.
Because your mouth has already done it once.
So when the real moment comes, it's not the first time.
Exactly. Which is really what today's episode is about.
Not memorizing more words.
It's changing what actually happens in your mind right before you speak.
Hey there, welcome back to Speak Unstoppable, the show that makes English feel a little less scary and a lot more doable.
I'm Maria, still recovering from my cream incident.
And I'm John, laughing about it slightly too much.
You're allowed one more joke? Then we move on.
Deal. So today's topic grew straight out of that coffee shop moment.
Right, it's not really about coffee, or even about vocabulary.
It's about mindset and how to have easier, calmer conversations in daily life.
Later, we'll do our word tour. 6 words that help you talk about confidence and everyday conversation.
And we'll do Rewrite It, turning nervous, panicked sentences into calm, natural English.
So, John, be honest. Before that treadmill of a coffee order, what usually happens in your head right before you have to speak?
Honestly, a little alarm goes off. Not loud, just this quiet warning that says, don't mess this up.
Even for small stuff?
Especially for small stuff. Ordering food, answering the phone, saying good morning to a neighbor.
That's the part people don't expect. It's usually not the big presentations that get us the most.
No, it's the tiny, everyday moments.
Why do you think that is?
I think because big moments you prepare for. You know they're coming.
But a neighbor saying hello catches you completely off guard.
Exactly. There's no warm-up. 1 second you're thinking about your grocery list, and the next second a human being is talking to you and expects words back.
Immediately.
Immediately. No time to translate, No time to plan the perfect sentence.
And I think a lot of learners believe that reaction means their English isn't good enough yet.
Right, they think, if I really knew English, this wouldn't happen.
But that's actually not true.
Say more.
Plenty of people who speak English fluently still blank out in sudden moments. It's not a vocabulary problem.
Then what is it?
It's a startle response. Your brain treats being spoken to suddenly like a small emergency.
A tiny fire alarm going off for no real reason.
Yes, and fire alarms don't care how many words you know.
That actually makes me feel better.
It should. Because it means the fix isn't memorizing 500 new words.
The fix is training your brain to expect the moment before it happens.
Which brings us back to your rehearsal minute.
Exactly. You're not adding knowledge, you're removing surprise.
And surprise, it turns out, is the real enemy the whole time.
Not grammar, not vocabulary, just the shock of a sudden question landing before you've had a second to brace for it.
Can I bring up something else that happens to me?
Go ahead.
Sometimes after I mess up a sentence, I don't just correct myself. I attack myself.
How so?
Like, I'll pause and think, why did I say that? That was such a stupid mistake.
That's harsh.
It is. But for a long time, I thought that voice was just being honest with me.
The tough coach voice.
Exactly. Push harder, notice every error, don't let yourself off easy.
But is that actually honesty?
That's the thing. I used to think so. Now I'm not so sure.
There's a real difference between noticing a mistake calmly and punishing yourself harshly for it.
Explain that difference.
Noticing sounds like, oh, I used the wrong tense there. I'll fix it next time.
Calm, like information.
Right. Punishing sounds like, I always mess this up. I'm hopeless at this.
One is a note. The other is a verdict.
I like that. A note versus a verdict.
And verdicts don't actually help you improve. They just make you afraid to try again.
So the next time a real conversation comes, you're not just nervous about the grammar.
You're nervous about disappointing yourself again.
That's double pressure for one sentence.
No wonder people freeze.
So what's the honest version instead?
Something like, that wasn't perfect. And that's fine. I'm still learning this.
Softer, but still true.
It doesn't pretend the mistake didn't happen.
It just refuses to turn one small mistake into a whole character flaw.
A much kinder way to talk to yourself.
And a much more useful one, too.
Because a verdict makes you want to hide, but a note just makes you want to try again. And that difference shapes whether you speak up next time or stay quiet.
Can I tell my own embarrassing story now?
Please, I've been carrying this alone long enough.
Fair. So a few months ago, I had to make a phone call to book a doctor's appointment.
In English?
In English, on the phone, no face, no gestures, nothing to help me.
The scariest format.
The scariest format. I wrote a little script beforehand. My name. The reason for the call. The days I was free.
Smart.
I thought so too. Then the receptionist picked up and spoke so fast, I lost the thread in about 2 seconds.
What did you do?
I panicked, and instead of asking her to repeat it, I just said, yes, that's fine, to something I didn't understand at all.
Oh no!
Oh no is right. I ended up with an appointment at a time I couldn't actually make.
Because you agreed to something blindly.
Because agreeing felt easier in that instant than admitting out loud that I was lost.
That's so common, though.
It is. But here's what I learned. The problem wasn't my script. My script was fine.
Then what was missing?
A backup plan for when things went off script.
Because real conversations never follow the script exactly.
Never. So now I keep one simple sentence ready for exactly that moment.
Which is,
Sorry, could you say that a little slower?
that's it?
That's it. One sentence, memorized so well it doesn't even feel like English anymore. It just feels automatic.
A safety net for when the conversation surprises you.
Exactly. You don't need a plan for every possible sentence. You need one steady phrase you can always reach for.
One phrase that works no matter what the actual topic turns out to be. Which is exactly why it's worth memorizing until it feels automatic.
So that's really today's practical idea, isn't it?
It is. I actually gave it a name, the 3-line safety net.
Tell everyone how it works.
It's just 3 short sentences you keep ready at all times, memorized so deeply you don't need to think about them.
Like your slower sentence.
Exactly. That's line 1. Line 2 is for when you forget a word completely.
Which is
What's the word for? And then you describe it.
simple.
Very simple. But most learners never prepare it, so in the moment, they just freeze instead of describing.
And line 3?
Line 3 is for when you need a second to think.
Something like, that's a good question, let me think for a second.
Exactly that. It buys you time without an awkward silence.
So these 3 lines cover almost every panic moment.
Not understanding, not remembering, and not being ready yet.
The 3 places conversations usually fall apart.
Right, and once you have your 3 lines ready, something interesting happens.
What's that?
The fear gets smaller because you're not afraid of an unknown situation anymore.
You're afraid of the specific unknown moment, but now you have a tool for it.
Exactly. You've already decided what you'll say if things go sideways.
So your brain doesn't have to invent a plan under pressure.
It just has to remember the plan you already made calmly, at home, with no one watching.
That's a huge difference from inventing something new under pressure.
A completely different feeling. Calm preparation instead of last-second panic.
And that calm preparation is something anyone can build, no matter their level, because it doesn't depend on how many words you already know.
Okay, but let me push back a little here.
Go ahead.
What about people who do all of this? They rehearse, they have their safety net, and they still freeze anyway.
That's a fair question, and it happens, even to people who've practiced a lot.
So, does that mean the method failed?
No, it means we expected the method to remove fear completely, and that was never really the promise.
Then what is the promise?
The promise is that fear gets smaller and shorter, not that it disappears.
So freezing for 2 seconds instead of 20.
Exactly that. Progress doesn't always look like calm. Sometimes it looks like recovering faster.
That's actually a relief to hear.
It should be, because a lot of learners quit right there.
They freeze once and decide the whole approach doesn't work for them.
When really, one freeze isn't proof of failure, it's just one moment.
One moment out of hundreds of conversations.
Right, and even fluent speakers have off days, tired days, distracted days.
Days where their own first language gets tangled too.
Exactly, so the goal was never a perfect record.
Then what is the actual goal?
Fewer freezes, shorter freezes, and faster recovery when it does happen.
That sounds much more realistic than perfect confidence forever.
Because perfect confidence forever isn't real for anyone, in any language.
So we're not chasing something that doesn't even exist.
No, we're just getting a little steadier, one small conversation at a time.
That feels like something anyone could actually keep doing.
That's really the whole point. Steady progress beats a perfect performance you can't maintain.
And steady progress is something everyone can actually reach, no matter how far behind they feel today.
So let's bring this all the way back to my coffee shop disaster.
Please, full circle.
If I had my rehearsal minute, my 3-line safety net, all of it ready, back then, what would have happened?
Honestly, you probably still would have felt a flicker of nerves.
That's comforting, somehow.
But instead of 4 random words falling out of your mouth, you'd have had one ready sentence.
Something like, just a splash, thanks.
Exactly. Calm, simple, already rehearsed.
And if she'd asked something unexpected?
You'd have your backup line ready. Sorry, could you say that again?
No panic, no evaporation.
No evaporation. Just a normal, slightly boring human moment.
Boring is actually the goal, isn't it?
Completely. We don't want dramatic breakthroughs every single day.
We want daily conversations to stop feeling like exams.
That's really the whole mindset shift. From performance to practice.
From being judged to just being a person buying coffee.
I like that a lot.
So if you take one thing from today, let it be this. Your English isn't the problem.
Your mindset around speaking it in the moment is what needs the practice.
And that's something you can actually train starting today in small, low-pressure ways.
Not by memorizing more, but by preparing calmly for the moments that catch you off guard.
That's the real shift, from waiting to feel ready to actually training yourself to be ready, on purpose, before life asks you to perform.
Now let's slow down and go through today's 6 words carefully, one at a time, with the pronunciation, a spoken example, and a written example for each. Our first word is flustered.
Flustered. F-L-U-S-T-E-R-E-D. It means confused and a little panicked, because something happened suddenly.
Maybe someone asks you a surprise question in a meeting.
You could say, that question caught me off guard. I felt completely flustered.
Or maybe a stranger stops you for directions, and your mind goes blank for a second.
Then you could say, I got a bit flustered, so I just pointed instead.
Everyone gets flustered sometimes, even in their first language. Even native speakers.
True, it's just a normal human wobble, not a sign of weak English. Our next word is composure.
Composure. C-O-M-P-O-S-U-R-E. It means staying calm and in control even when things get stressful.
Maybe you make a mistake mid-sentence, but you keep going anyway.
You could say, I lost a word, but I kept my composure and finished the sentence.
Or maybe you're waiting for a hard question and staying steady.
Then you could say, I tried to keep my composure before the interview started.
Composure isn't about feeling zero nerves. It's about not letting the nerves take over the whole moment.
That's a really useful distinction. Our next word is spontaneous.
Spontaneous. S-P-O-N-T-A-N-E-O-U-S. It means happening suddenly, without planning ahead of time.
Maybe a coworker asks you something out of nowhere, with zero warning.
You could say, That was such a spontaneous question. I wasn't ready at all.
Or maybe you're describing conversations in general.
Then you could say, spontaneous conversations are still hard for me, but they're getting easier.
That word describes basically this entire episode, honestly.
The coffee shop, the phone call, all of it.
Spontaneous moments are exactly where the rehearsal minute earns its keep, turning chaos into something you've already halfway rehearsed. Our next word is reflex.
Reflex. Reflex. It means an automatic reaction that happens without you thinking about it.
Maybe you finally answer a question quickly, without translating first.
You could say, saying you're welcome is finally a reflex for me now.
Or maybe you're talking about a habit you're still building.
Then you could say, I want that phrase to become a reflex, not a decision.
That's really the whole goal of today's episode, turning calm phrases into automatic reflexes.
Practice now, so you don't have to think later. Our next word is steady.
Steady, steady. It means calm, stable, and not shaky or nervous.
Maybe your voice stays calm even during a tricky conversation.
You could say, my voice stayed steady, even though I felt nervous inside.
Or maybe you're describing slow, consistent progress.
Then you could say, my English is improving at a steady pace.
Steady is a word learners don't hear enough. Honestly.
Everyone wants fast, but steady is what actually lasts, week after week. Our final word is overthink.
Overthink. Overthink. It means thinking about something too much until it feels bigger and scarier than it really is.
Maybe you replay a small mistake for hours after a conversation ends.
You could say, I overthink every little mistake I make in English.
Or maybe you're giving advice to someone else.
Then you could say, don't overthink it, just say the sentence and move on.
That one's for me. Honestly, I overthink almost everything, from grocery lists to grammar.
We noticed.
Those were today's powerful words: flustered, composure, spontaneous, reflex, steady, and overthink.
Try picking just one this week and using it in a real sentence, spoken or written, so it starts feeling natural.
All right, it's time for Rewrite It, where we take nervous, panicked sentences that so many learners say to themselves, and we turn them into calmer, more confident, more accurate English.
First sentence. I always freeze when someone talks to me suddenly.
That sentence turns one moment into a permanent identity.
Right. Always makes it sound unfixable, like this is simply who you are now.
A calmer version would be, I sometimes feel flustered when someone talks to me suddenly, but I'm working on it.
Much softer, and still completely true.
Notice it doesn't pretend the flustered feeling never happens. It just stops making it a life sentence, which is a much fairer way to talk about yourself.
Second sentence. My English disappears the moment I get nervous.
Disappears is a scary word, like it's just gone forever.
A better version, when I'm nervous, it takes me a second to find my composure, and then the words come back.
That actually sounds hopeful instead of hopeless.
A short delay isn't the same as a permanent disappearance, and that difference matters more than it sounds.
Third sentence. I can never think fast enough in real conversations.
Never is doing a lot of damage in that sentence.
Try this instead. Spontaneous conversations are still tricky for me, but I'm getting a little steadier each week.
That version admits the difficulty without giving up on it. Nothing about that sentence pretends things are perfect already.
Fourth sentence. I always overthink every single word before I say it.
That one's basically my personal motto.
A kinder version, I notice myself overthinking sometimes, so I'm practicing saying things without checking every word first.
That feels much more doable.
Noticing the habit is the first step to loosening its grip. And loosening its grip is really all this episode is about.
Fifth sentence. If I make one mistake, the whole conversation is ruined.
That's a verdict sentence, not a note sentence.
Better version, if I make a mistake, I can just keep my composure and continue. One small mistake doesn't ruin anything.
That's such a relief to hear out loud.
One mistake is just a blip, not a collapse of the whole conversation, and treating it that way changes how the next sentence comes out too.
Sixth and final sentence. I'll never sound natural, so what's even the point of trying?
That sentence gives up before it even starts.
The strongest rewrite. I'm building this skill through steady practice. And every rehearsed sentence becomes a reflex a little sooner.
Read that one again. It deserves it.
I'm building this skill through steady practice, and every rehearsed sentence becomes a reflex a little sooner.
That's the sentence to actually remember from today.
Write it down somewhere if you can, on your phone or a sticky note, and let it slowly replace the old, harsher one.
So let's recap today's lesson in a few short lines.
Sudden conversations don't fail because of your vocabulary.
They fail because of surprise, and surprise can be trained away.
With a rehearsal minute and your 3-line safety net, you're ready before the moment arrives.
Here's your challenge this week. Pick one small daily conversation. Ordering something, greeting a neighbor, anything.
Rehearse it once, out loud, before it actually happens.
Then tell us in the comments how it went.
Even if you still felt a little flustered, that counts as a win.
Progress isn't calm, it's just calmer than before, and calmer is a win worth celebrating.
If this helped, hit subscribe so you don't miss the next one.
Thank you for spending this time with us today.
Keep practicing, keep rehearsing,
And keep being a little braver in small, everyday moments.
Bye for now.